In this tutorial, I'd like to show you the different ways that you can export exams from Blackboard and then import them into Canvas. And there are really two different ways we're going to go about doing this, depending upon the type of exam that we are exporting from Blackboard. So the first thing we're going to need to do is actually export our Blackboard exams. So I'm going to go to Course Tools in our menu, and then I'm going to scroll down to Tests, Surveys, and Pools. Go to Tests. And I've got two example tests here, one that doesn't have images and one that does. So I'm just going to export both of them to my local computer. Okay, and that's all I need to worry about there. So I've successfully exported the exams from Blackboard. Now we need to get them into Canvas. So I'm going to go into Cougar Web and log in. I'm going to then access Canvas again through our Faculty tab. And so here is my Canvas course. I'm on my home page, and if I want to import content into my Canvas course, I go to Settings. So I go to Settings, and then over here on the right-hand side, I'm going to have the Import Content into this course button right here that I would like to use. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And now I need to determine which Blackboard exam I'm going to import first. So I'm going to start by importing the one that does not have images. So if you're importing a Blackboard exam that does not have images, you're going to choose qti.zip file from this drop-down menu from the Import Content page. Essentially, what we're trying to avoid here is we're trying to avoid any kind of discrepancies between Canvas and Blackboard. So once you've done that, you'll click on Choose File right here. You're going to get a pop-up window. Okay? And then I'm going to choose Test, Export File, No Images. So there it is. I will choose that. Okay. And then from there, you can choose to overwrite. If you've already imported this content once before, you can overwrite it. You can also choose what question bank this would go into. I'm not going to do either of those. Instead, I'm simply going to import this content. Okay, so then I'm going to get this progress bar. And once it's done, then hooray. So if I want to check on that, I can go to Quizzes. And I should now see a new quiz created from that content, which is right here. So this is my example test, no images. And I can also find that question bank by clicking on the cog up here from the Quizzes panel and choosing Manage Question Banks. So here is my example test, no images, and when I click on that, I will be able to see those questions. There they are. Awesome. Okay. So if I want to just make that into a quiz on its own, then here it is. It's already as a quiz. I'm going to delete it because I don't want to actually use it as a quiz. I would just want to implement those questions into other quizzes. All right, so now I'm going to go into Settings and I'm going to import our second quiz. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. Even though I said before we want to use the QTI upload to avoid issues, if a quiz from Blackboard has images in it, we have to use the Blackboard format when we go to import. So again, I'm going to click on Import Content into this course, and then from the drop-down menu here, I will check Blackboard 6789 export.zip file. And then I'm going to choose my file again. Here's my test with images. I will choose that, and then I'm going to import that. And sorry, I have to choose what content, so I can either import all content or I can select specific content. I'm going to do all content, but if you'd like to, you can choose just specific content, and then I'll click Upload. That's now going to import that Blackboard quiz. There we go, and it is completed. And now when I go over here to Quizzes, the Quizzes tab, again I will see that that quiz has now been uploaded. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Now this one had images in it, so if I preview it, I can see if those images rendered properly. So here we go. Question 1 didn't have an image, but question 2 did. And there's the image. And here's why we do this. This does successfully import the image here into the quiz. But if we go to our quizzes panel again, and we click on the cog over here, and we go to Manage Question Banks, and we look at the question bank that was created from that, what we will find is that the image did not successfully upload here. And this has to do with the way that Blackboard handles image files versus the way that Canvas handles image files. So right now, that quiz that I created has the image in it, but this quiz bank doesn't actually have that image in it. So how do we rectify this? How could I fix this? How could I get that image back in here? Well, the answer lies in our Blackboard file. So I can come back here to where I have that imported file. Okay, so I downloaded it with images, and then I can simply export that content, or I could actually not export, I could extract that content. When you extract your Blackboard class, you'll find that the images that were part of the exam are actually saved inside of that zip file. So if you unzip it, you can get into this home_dir file, and then you can get to your original images files. So if I want to import this into my Canvas course, if I want to get this back into my Canvas course, then what I can do is I can come over here to Files in my navigation. Okay, so in my course navigation, I can go to Files, and notice I've created a nice folder here called Blackboard Exam Images. So let me go ahead and clear out this. I'll delete this because I didn't have it there before. So I'll go into that Blackboard Exam Images folder, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to upload that file to the folder. So I'm going to come over here, I'm going to grab on that image, and I'm going to drag it over here, drop it in, and that is now going to upload. So there it is. And now what I can do is I can go back to that quiz bank where that file was missing, and I can fix it. So I'm going to go to Quizzes. Again, remember, in the quiz that was created from that uploaded quiz bank, I actually can see the image. So if I come over here again, I'm going to be able to see that image. But it's the quiz bank that doesn't have it. So when I go back to Quizzes, I'm going to go over here to the cog, and I'm going to choose Manage Question Banks. And then I'm going to go to Example Test with Images. Click on that, and here is my question that does not have the correct image. So I'm going to click on Edit this question. I'm going to highlight the broken image and delete it, and then I'm going to click on our Embed Image in the Rich Content Editor right here, and I'm going to choose from Canvas. I will go into Course Files, Blackboard Exam Images, and then I'll click on the image file there. Choose a size for the image. I'll do 200 pixels. Update. And now that image has been embedded into that question. And I simply update the question.